perceive the world around you, because I cannot see too much. It's kind of a foggy, blurry planet you live in. I can see only shadows and spots of colors, which is strange, because I first met another creature. I will ask about it a little bit later, and I could see differently, but now that I touched you and took your shape and everything, I turned into you. In fact, I can't see anything. No, you're not dreaming. I need to put on what? The glasses on the... So you... alright. I suppose these are the glasses? Okay. Let's see. Like this? Wow. That's a beautiful world you live in. That is in fact not your world. Oh, let me tell you. Let me introduce myself. I am Ho-Ho, and I come from Beeluria, which is a very, very far away planet. If we were to discuss in the terms that you use to measure things and stuff around the universe and your planet. No, you cannot move, and you cannot speak. I just disabilitated these two functions of yours because I didn't want your neighbors to hear your screams. It's enough that I could hear them in my head. Yes, I can hear you, but you are not able to articulate. You can send me messages using another channel if you want. Telepathy? I can read your mind. You can read mine if I allow you to. No, you are not dreaming. You are on my spaceship. Why I look like you? Well, I'm afraid that if I show myself in front of you the way I look like, you will scream even louder. No, we're not ugly, but let's see. We're different from you. We're somehow... we gave up on certain abilities that became useless, and we do not speak, so we do not eat, so we don't have a mouth, and we're somehow a huge brain that can move and see and perceive everything by itself, and we feed. No, we don't eat. We use light and other stuff to survive. Energy, it's a little bit complicated to explain for a primitive form of life like you. No, you're not dreaming. So we have the ability to turn into whatever we touch if we want to. So, first thing that I saw when I entered your house was, why, your house, you had the perfect lawn to land my spaceship on. The others had some bushes and little trees, and it was kind of risky, so you weren't chosen, or it was just random. Now you can move, as I have told you, and you cannot articulate. You are on my spaceship, and I tried to replicate your habitat, your environment, because I didn't want you to scare you too much. So, I first need to explain, because I'm on a mission and I do not have too much. I have time measured as you measure it, but I am under supervision, so I need to do my best. Yes, first thing that I saw. Hey, you look quite nice. Okay, let me look at you. I did a good job. We are just exactly the same. So the first thing that I saw when I entered your house was this little creature who came at the door. Look. And as I have told you that I'm on a mission, we are a peaceful people living in a faraway galaxy, and we go from planet to planet to evaluate forms of life and see if they deserve to be helped, or if they deserve extinction and to be replaced by more valuable forms of life, if you know what I mean. And I was told that I had too much empathy. My empathy level is too high, so I was given this mission, and I will be myself evaluated after it. So that's why I want to do my best. Now, first thing that I saw when I entered your house, it was that little creature who came at the door, and I thought that your planet is populated by this. I was told by my superiors that you are a violent and greedy and destroying type of people. Some very violent form of life. And I saw this little cute creature, and I thought that you are all like this. I touched it and turned into it, and I was overwhelmed by such a pleasant feeling of love. Oh, it was so nice. Everything was so beautiful around me, and I also felt the need to eat, which is very strange because I have never physically eaten in my entire existence in this universe. And I found on the floor a bowl of something, and I ate everything in there, and it was so good. And I felt that I loved everyone, and it was such a beautiful feeling of happiness and joy. And I thought to myself, what were my superiors talking about? This planet is populated by wonderful beings. And then I saw you standing in front of what I think it was a mirror. And I said, oops, I might be wrong. And this is some kind of companion. And I felt so sorry because I really liked being. I learned after that it's called a bug, a dog. It felt so good. But I had to leave that shape and turn into you. Which is not bad. You don't seem to be a bad person. I couldn't detect any forms, any traces of violence. Just anxiety, stress. But except these negative feelings, everything was okay. I felt kindness and love towards others. I didn't feel any need to destroy the planet you live on. So I'm very puzzled. I'm really confused because I'm here to evaluate you, and I will be myself evaluated after this, and I don't want to be wrong. How would I do this? Your hair feels pretty nice. I got the mission to replace a person on Earth. I see that you call this planet Earth. And to bring the very person here you will be soon entering a stage of deep sleep, and you won't remember anything. And I will go back to Earth and leave. You were going to work. You were getting ready to go to work, and boom, that happened. I will go to work instead of you. I will be living like you for some time. I will get in touch with other beings on the planet, and I will be evaluating everything to see if you deserve to be helped or you deserve extinction. I need to see if there are beautiful things and beings on that planet. Because as I have been told, you like to destroy your planet, and this planet is perfect. I have to say that it's extremely, extremely beautiful, and it would be a shame to get destroyed by such violent beings. Although I told you, I don't feel that you're a violent person. I love, in fact, the way you look. You're doing in front of the mirror something like this. And it felt so good. Yes, it feels so good. So I am so eager. I can hardly wait to go back to Earth and experience everything. Everything is so new to me. Well, you know that we don't eat we fill everything into that huge brain that we are. And from what I have studied, it's quite pleasant to eat and stuff, so I'm very curious. And your sun rays on my skin felt pretty nice. Ours is a very hot sun, so we cannot go outside during daytime. We have to live somewhere underneath. We have a red sun, which is not very friendly, but we just live outside. Some, let's say, machineries that catch the sun rays and accumulate energy, which we then use underneath in our habitat. We don't need much, so we don't need much to survive, but we are missionaries. We are peaceful creatures that go from planet to planet, as I have told you, and help the others develop if they deserve to. No, we don't destroy the planets themselves, just that very species which represents a danger. But I found this on the shelf, and there are such beautiful things written inside. It's a very old form of communication called writing. I know, I've done my homework, and I really love what you call poetry, and I have also touched other books, and I was so impressed, but they say that my level of empathy is too high, so I really need to be harsh on myself and try to be more subjective. These things are wonderful and they smell wonderful, and it feels so nice to turn the pages and lay your eyes on them and read these beautiful things. I cannot believe that people who write such wonderful things are violent. I cannot believe it. And I cannot also believe that people who have awesome creatures like dogs and live with them could possibly be violent. I found another form of life here, but this one is somehow like us. So it doesn't talk, it feeds itself using light, just like us. It cannot see, but it can feel just like us. So I like this form of life and its vibrations, and its energy is very pleasant to feel. I like it. So this form of life and the other form of life snoring in the basket will go back with me on Earth. I will take good care of them, I promise. Your puppy loves me. No, believe me. I know it's a she. She loves me. I am turned into you. I took your shape and everything, but inside there it's still me. And I do not smell like you, so she knows it's not you, but she still likes me. She's a very lovable and loving form of life. I would like to take some back on my planet. I love from everything that I have already met. Those form of lives are my favorite. Yeah. And I also like these things which you call plants. I'm so curious to see from what I know inspecting your brain and memories. I know that these things are edible. So how do you just bite them? No, but this thing doesn't seem to be edible. I have to take it off. Oh, I see. This is so good. Your dog's food didn't taste as good as this. I know that this is called chocolate. I can't believe that people who invented these things are bad and violent. And this is water. We absorb water through our pores. It's something different. We do not actually drink it because we do not have a mouth. Let's see. Wow, it feels so good. I love it. I really love it. So you had, when I touched you, you had this thing in your hand and we're doing something like this in front of you. It feels so nice. I like it. I think I will love staying on your planet, and from what I've experienced up to now, it's wonderful. I loved eating, I loved drinking, I love being a dog, and I love being yourself. So what if you go to Beeluria instead of me and I stay here, but without my evaluation, my superiors will take into account destroying you, so I need to. I need to go back to Earth and do my job. But I think the good things are just far too many. have chocolate, you have dogs, you have flowers, you have fluffy brushes, you have that wonderful sun, you have poetry, you have I saw children in the street, and you have people laughing and enjoying, and you have love. And I have to take everything into account before writing my report. So, good night. You will now entering a phase of deep, deep sleep on my spaceship, on which I recreated your natural habitat, and I will go back to your house. Don't worry, I will go to work, and I hope everything will be okay, because I already love this planet and I think it deserves another chance. So, good night. Good night. Good night. I know that you dream. I know that you dream. Sweet dreams. Don't worry. I'll take good care of your wonderful creature called